Hey guys. Hey, it's me, Dennis, and with me is no one, because I'm by myself. We had a couple issues with the fact that my computer decided not to do things correctly, and I'm the only one that records audio. I record Jason's audio and Andrew's audio, and as well as my audio. I even flubbed this intro. Come on, as well as my audio and my webcam. Andrew does film his audio separately, but that is mostly for me to sync up his video. Uh, I was gonna do some dumb stuff for this. I was gonna pretend. I was gonna do like little like puppets and stuff. I was gonna make this fun. But I did want to just inform you that this week's podcast was filmed. It was actually, in my opinion, a pretty good one. We had some conversation. I will discuss some of the things we discussed briefly. We talked about how Avengers came out. Their beta came out last week, which Andrew and I both played, which it was awesome. Andrew released the video that you saw on the channel, possibly on Friday, about if the game was okay for kids. My hair is not wanting to comply. And then I also just played it on my PlayStation, which I don't usually play the PlayStation. We discussed the fact that the Spider-Man Spider-Man character is only coming out on that console, which I agree with, and I think Andrew agreed with it. Jason agreed with it as well, I believe. I don't want to say that and not be right, but I think, it's understandable, the fact that a console has an exclusive character, just because also it's Sony. Sony owns the right to Spider-Man technically, not Marvel and not Disney. Yes, they own the comic rights, but they don't own and the toy rights, but they don't own the character flat out like that. So it being on that console is understandable, and it is a ploy for them to, buy it. We also had a conversation about the Fortnite thing. Andrew mentioned that Fortnite and Apple were having a dispute. Fortnite sued Apple for removing the game from their store, which that turned into a conversation because Andrew explained it. So basically, Apple was being shut down for a monopoly. Apple took the game off the store, and Andrew was talking about the fact that the game basically, they were trying to sell things through the game, but they decided to do it that way, and that contradicted the contract. And we discussed that for a while, because it was like, yes, Apple should not have deleted the stuff. They should not have taken the game off the store, but Fortnite shouldn't have done what they did. And also, to me, now that I've looked more into it, it seems like a ploy to get, some publicity. Maybe Fortnite was kind of dying. Maybe Apple's store was dying. But they remade the 1984 trailer for when Apple first came out, the Mac. I think it was the Mac. And Fortnite made it, but in the time that they made it, it just, in my opinion, seemed too quick to make something like that. I mean, there's a lot of animation that goes into it, and how quickly they made it, how detailed they made it. In the 3 days or day of suing, maybe there was some time that we don't know about, but it just seems too rushed, too like this was planned and there was just stuff going on behind the scenes. We also discussed the fact that Jason, the day after, I think it was, if we discussed it last time, I don't remember. I do another podcast for Bio, which is the other company or channel I work with, and we discussed recently about some more in-depth cultural issues. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link down below. But we got a PlayStation 3 actually. Right after, literally the day after we filmed the podcast last week, we talked about the fact that we wanted to play Jack and Dexter and Sly Cooper and get the remastered versions for the PlayStation 3. Yes, they could be played on the PlayStation 4, and Andrew and I both have a PS4, but the next day, Jason was given at work, or tipped at work, a PlayStation 3, and him and I tested it and made sure it worked, and sure enough, it worked perfectly. But we were able to do that. So that's pretty much the rundown of what happened with that. The podcast was really cool last week. It sucks that we lost the footage for the one we filmed, because again, it was a good one. It was a fun one. It was we talked for a while. But I guess now that it's just me, I kind of wanted to briefly discuss some of the stuff that I haven't really been able to discuss. So I have my own personal YouTube channel. It's On the Finger. I have a lot of things I could do on it, other things I want to do on it, but I'm not. I feel that this channel, as well as Bioluminessence, and Andrew's, are really what are requiring my attention. I edit for Andrew. I haven't been able to really. I've been more lazy than anything, but I've been wanting to do the funny moments for him, and that kind of died down. So he's been just doing Let's Plays, which is fine. It's starting to get attention. It's not getting as much attention. So if you guys want to check him out, there will be a link down below too. Show him some support. He's working at this. I also have a link to my channel because I do plan on eventually touching my channel again. It's just that this channel right now, we're almost posting daily. There's one day, we don't post on weekends, but there's one day in the week that doesn't get posted, and that eventually will have something on it. But Tuesdays right now, which is the day I'm filming this, the night before the podcast, which is now out, Andrew has his day off, so we film as much Let's Plays as we can. Previously, we were filming Halo 2 together until eventually his recordings got corrupted. And so now we're just playing Portal 2, which we finished today. And we are playing Halo 3 Legendary, which we're trying to get done soon because Halo ODST comes out, but we have a couple more episodes out now. Basically, I've said it before, the hope for this channel is to become kind of like to become something more than a YouTube channel. Something more than just another gaming channel, because we don't want to just do video games. We've talked about the cookbooks. We've talked about a couple dumb skits that we want to do. But we believe that this is something that needs to be done. There's not a lot of people that are pushing for the kind of content we're pushing for. Yes, there is content out there, I know. But I think this is what needs to be done in the world. Like, this doesn't get talked about a lot, but the world is hurting. There's people out there. Recently, Mini Lad's whole situation got exposed, and he came back. And there's just people out there that are hurt, and yes, there's things that I don't want to go into too much. If we ever talk about it again, we will. But whether you've done something wrong or you've done something right, it's not right to bash people. It's not right to tell people certain things. And that's something that I believe kids nowadays, they see all this drama on the internet. They see all these people making posts. They see people that have done things coming back and doing things and seeing comments, and they don't understand what's going on. But it's just like a child that sees his dad curse. Eventually, he's going to curse. So what's going to happen? Eventually, these children are going to pick up on these things and do these things and be in the wrong and do things that are wrong. And so if we step up, if we have a channel that we believe could be a different channel that people could look at and be like, their parents don't have to worry, the kids don't have to worry. I feel like that is honestly the best thing we can do. I don't know why that popped up, sorry. But we also just want to have fun. Whether this channel blows up or not, if we have one person that's a consistent viewer, that to me right there is making the difference. I mean, we're not going to talk about it a lot. We're not going to force this down your throat. But it is the underlying reason for this channel. We're a Christian gaming YouTube channel. Jason, myself, and Andrew are all Christians. We all go to the same church. Well, I work at my church still. They are usually busy with work or watching online. But we believe that this message, this belief needs to be kind of spread a little bit. It's not, and it's something that is hurting. The world is hurting. That's the bottom line. Gamers are becoming more toxic. The community is becoming more aggressive. And issues are becoming stronger. And some positivity does not hurt. It goes a long way. And like I said, I don't want to force this down your throat. I don't want to talk about this too long. But we want to just give a safe haven for children. We want to give safe haven for adults. We want to just be something that people could watch and have fun and enjoy. And then like I said, Andrew, myself, and Jason. And if this grows into something, we're going to have more people. I didn't get to talk about my dream too much because I feel like I talk a lot during these podcasts, which me being by myself this week is kind of awkward because I'm having to go off of my own thoughts, which I could go on for hours, but I'm going to keep this short. I'm probably going to end this soon. But my goal is to get to a point that we can actually have people. We can do this full time. I'm currently looking for work. I'm looking for editing jobs right now because no one's hiring in the real world, and people are hiring on these sites like Upwork and Fiverr, and it's not easy, but I like to edit. I like to do the things I'm doing right now. And if I can keep this going, I can keep this going. But we need your help. We need to grow these things together. We need to get involved together. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No, just kidding. But next week, we will continue our podcast. We will have one that actually works. I won't accidentally delete my whole recording folder and lose all my videos that I recorded. But I thank you guys. We're actually noticing views and subscribers, and like I said, we just want to make content for you guys. And so, like, it's fun because sometimes Andrew and I will, when I edit stuff, I love going through what we did, because now that we're doing the multi-perspective, especially if we get to the point that we do Jason's as well, or another person's, seeing their perspective from the game and not just watching it in a video, but seeing it in one video is fun. I mean, I got the idea from Rooster Teeth. I'm just going to be honest. I watched them do stuff like that for years. I've seen a couple other YouTubers do it, but not a lot. And I've wanted to do it since I was a kid. And being that I finally got to edit that way has been a huge honor. But again, I'm going to end this here. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. Thank you for watching it. And check out some of our older stuff. Thanks. Bye.